Okay, cool. Well, where did we get to last time? So, last time we finished, let me turn this on a bit. We finished case 3, which was actually, it's a really good case. I really, really liked it. I didn't predict what happened at the end. With the double murder one, double murder. One of them ended up being a suicide. And the other one ended up being a really compassionate. Well, I mean, it was murder, but it was done for a specific cause rather than just for somebody being bad, and it adds to the atmosphere of the game. Turned out to be Belieb killing real Nemu. In order to protect her husband. And then her husband knew that the body was going to be discovered, so committed suicide. Did frame Maya for it, which wasn't the best, but it was done out of love. And for the rebel cause overall, which I believe I'm on the rebel cause side. Like, it sounds like I want to be on the rebel cause side. Because, you know, the way that they're practicing law in this country is not fantastic, and loads of people are being sentenced to death when they shouldn't be. So we managed to get Maya off the case, off the charge, and Belieb was going to be sentenced to death, but then Dats came, rescued her. We also saw Dirk, the leader of the rebel people, come and rescue or show his face to us, and then they made their escape. And yeah, that's where we left off. We saved Maya, and I'm sure that it doesn't look like this case is going to be part of the whole bigger picture, but I believe it's setting up really nicely for case 5, which I'm very excited for. But now case 4, we did watch the intro, but we'll watch it again. I think this one. Let's watch the intro again and see what this case is about. Classic Maya. Turnabout storyteller. So I've been told this is a shorter case, which makes tracks with previous games.
Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What time is it? It's 9, 10, 11.
What if he's actually not dead and the liquid is just like the broth, but it's really spicy, so it's gone red. And he's just taking a nap. That's Have we checked the pulse? Have we checked for a pulse? Alright, May 13th, 9:45, District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 6. So it looks like we're back in the US, and we are Athena, it looks like. What the heck? Who brings a defendant to his own trial late? Plus, the request was so last minute. I didn't even have a chance to talk with my client.
He's late for a very important date.
My name is Athena Sykes. Oh my god, I get to play as Athena. I really like Athena. Armed with analytical psychology and a full arsenal of legal know-how, I am a fully competent defender of the Right Anything Agency. Though, I wish my client would show up already. The trial's about to start. It appears we made it just in time. Where have you been? The trial's about to start, Simon. Oh. Interesting. Hi, Blackwell. It's been a while. was not expecting this at all. In fact, didn't I say earlier? Sad that we won't get to see Blackwell again. Most likely. You needn't get so worked up, Athena. His boldness can wait. There's no way he'd wait for me. And besides, why would I want to start off on the wrong foot with him right out of the gate? Dealing with such matters is part of being a lawyer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well, covering for your lateness is not. Still but a rank amateur, I see. This is Simon Blackwell. You might not look it, but he's actually a prosecutor and a psychology specialist. He and I go way back. As for our shared specialization in psychology, we're both disciples of the same person, so to speak. But he's kind of my senior, I guess. But twisted sense of humor or no, I wish he'd stop treating me like a child all the time. So... It's not a flashback, because I'm still... Who the hell is this? Mr. Wright is abroad, and Apollo is helping Trucy with her magic show. Okay, so this is present day. It's not a flashback. Didn't I tell you? There, what? So neither one of them are here? Leaving you to take this on alone? Do you not trust... Hey. What are you trying to say? Huh? Ye gods. Call Right Dono back. It's not too late. Oh no, not too late at all. He'd only need to know how to teleport. Very well. And I will settle for Justice Dono. Go grab him by the horns and drag him here. Apollo is literally in the middle of a show, Simon. You may not want to admit it, but I've got what it takes to take on this case. Just leave this to me and go watch from the gallery as your defense derails in spectacular fashion. No, as I win the heck out of this trial. Hey, I seem to recall, Blackwell, that we won and you lost last time. Okay. So, shush. I'll be okay. Promise. So wipe that look off your face already, will you? Anyway. I take it the guy behind you is... Yes, he's asleep again. Oi, Bucky, wake up!
Ah! Ow! What'd you do that for, Simon?
Oh. He's... Bucky? He's drunk? What is he carrying? Who's this yellow chickadee? This is Buck IRL. I see. She is your lawyer, such as it were. I'd say she's more green than yellow, however. Oh, so he's the defendant, okay.
Lawyer? She sure doesn't look like it, does she? Is she like your fellow apprentice or something?
Heh, something like that. I've known her longer than I've known you. You could say we're bound to one another. It's a bit weird, bro.
Oh, okay. Well then, guess I better call her Miss Chickadee then.
Carrying food? Simon, this guy's not only rude, but he's 3 sheets to the wind at his own trial. I've never heard that saying before. 3 sheets to the wind? Unless somebody knows in chat. What does that mean? I'm still on SA2. Oh no. Sorry, thank you. I knew I forgot something. Apologies, people who joined for SA2. I'm done with SA2 for today, but I will be here tomorrow. I am on the Spirit of Justice. My apologies. Three sheets to the wind. It means very drunk. It's from sailing, yeah. Interesting. It's how... Comes from a nautical term. Interesting. I know we just met, but I'm about ready to give him a piece of my mind. If a defendant showed up to court drunk, that's so bad. So bad. Do as you will. Just save it for after the trial.
Miss Chickadee, don't call me that. How'd you do? Simon here's an old friend of mine. I'm the 4th generation head chef of Wait Soba. Wet noodle number 4, Bucky Wet.
Bucky Wheat? Bucky Wet?
Nice to meet ya.
It's nice to meet you too. Where is Wet? Okay, Mr. Wet. So he can pull himself together when he wants to.
Ugh.
Only the trial isn't starting in a few minutes. Yeah, that's what I figured. Having been accused of a murder that only occurred yesterday, I'm afraid it's taken a toll on the poor boy. And you happen to be there at the theater where it all happened too, right? They said they thought a Rakugo storyteller murdered in his dressing room. Oh, found a Rakugo storyteller murdered in his dressing room. Whetstone, that's why I've heard it before. The victim, master storyteller Taifu Toniedo, was a long-time patron of Wet Soba. Master Toniedo. Tornado? had been looking after Bucky since Wet Noodle number 3 passed away. Tornado. Thought it might have been Tornado. I see. So the victim was kind of like a father to the defendant, huh? Typhoon Tornado.
That stupid old fart like a father? No way. He was always dishing my soba.
How dare you speak ill of him? Running your mouth like that is why they suspected you of his murder in the first place. Yo, Deno! Good to see you. Thanks for the Prime sub for 2 years. Enjoy your new Chaos Emerald badge. I'm glad you're enjoying Persona 4. I had a very good time with it. I'm super excited for Persona 3, which will be starting. I could probably put a date to it now. The 9th of November. Oh, actually, yes. And can you remove the quarry? Because I know Alice really wanted it, but I can't. I won't be here, so I can't do the quarry. Now pull yourself together. Number 3 must be rolling in his grave. But Simon, the police, none of them believes me. They won't listen to me. It's probably because you're drunk all the time. Looks like he's still in shock from the whole ordeal. Don't worry, Mr. Wet. Everything's gonna be all right. I'm gonna defend you with everything I've got. You're in good hands now. Perfect, thank you.
You mean you believe me, ma'am? Of course, no matter what. I'll believe in you to the very end. Gee whiz, Miss Chickadee. Now come on, I need you to shape up. Just like those al dente noodles of yours. Yes, ma'am. My sober is fresh as shish.
Please don't throw up on me.
Mr. Wet?
Bucky, you great big pillock. Good line. So, how exactly do you know this guy? I used to frequent Wet Soba, and still do, in fact, so I've known him since he was a lad. That's why his father and Master Tornado was always so good to me. I didn't know you liked soba so much, Simon. I wouldn't expect one such as you, who eats meat slapped between slabs of bread, to understand the delicate taste and the subtle textures imparted by buckwheat flavor. Hey, it's just rude. But I digress. I like a good burger and ramen, just not at the same time. I'm all about flavor and subtlety and stuff. Anyway, Dano, I'm glad you're enjoying the casual playthroughs. It's of Persona. Persona 4 was really fun. I had such a blast with it. I'm really into it as well. I think it's when spoilers chat was like at its peak. There were times where there was nothing going on. Like, nobody would say anything in my normal chat. I would wonder if people were there, and people were apparently just like having full-on huge conversations in spoilers chat. That was a good time. I read through most. It took me ages to read through spoilers chat after I finished Persona 4. Yeah, you're probably gonna see in the VODs that just nobody's talking in chat. Everybody's talking in spoilers chat instead. Why let wet sober end like this? I'll never be able to face number 3 on Master Tornado in the next life. Ah, I see. That's why you came to me. You wanted somebody you could trust. It was never my intention to ask you. Urgh. I'll show him. I'll show him I can handle it just fine. Well, I believe it's about time. What? But we haven't even properly discussed the case yet. What's the matter? You look nervous, Athena. Don't tell me you're chickadeeing out. Just trembling with excitement of battle, that's all. Of gets. I forgot she's lived in throughout Europe. Let's do this. Come on, Mr. Wet. Get up off the floor. We got a case to win. Yes, Miss Chickadee. I'm gonna do my best.
Wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba, wet soba.
Huh? What a voice acting? Hello? 2 bowls of noodles? Sorry, sir, no can do. Kinda busy at the courthouse. Huh? They hung up! Okay, let's do this. He's not gonna do himself or his case any favors like this, Simon. Maybe we should just let him go and get some rest somewhere. Let me rest? Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles, but I'm fresh like my soba. You don't let soba dough rest. It's all about the 3 freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the noodle fresh. I wish I can go get a drink for this case. So I could really practice slurring my words. He's blacked out! Oh boy, I just knew something like this would happen. Simon, what are these 3 freshes of soba he was talking about? First, buckwheat seeds, or groats, are ground to make buckwheat flour. Should I be making notes? Is this gonna come up in the trial? Buckwheat seeds or groats are ground to make buckwheat flour. I don't know how to make noodles. Then, dough made with this flour is cut with a large rectangular knife into noodles. And finally, the buckwheat noodles are boiled. Each step is done immediately, one after the other, so the soba is fresh when eaten. Why would they be explicitly saying this if it wasn't going to be relevant to the case? Especially with the word fresh being in bold. Ah, so that's what he meant. Wouldn't want him to make me any sober right now, though. That's for sure. Athena, this is no time for idle chatter. You need to get into the courtroom. Now, just remember, as a prosecutor, I will be unable to lend you a hand. So don't expect any help from my corner. There you go, treating me like I'm incompetent again. For your information, I wasn't planning on asking you for help anyway. Ugh, just you wait, Simon. I'll show you. Mr. Wright and Apollo may not be here. But that's alright. I can do this on my own. To be fair, I think Athena's magic power of being able to identify emotions is way more powerful than of what Apollo and Phoenix can do. My god, classic judge. Never thought I'd be happy to see you. Court is now in session for the trial of Bucky Wet. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, why are you here? I thought you were in another country. I was actually getting slightly excited that it might have been Edgeworth, and it's just not. Oh. The prosecution is fully prepared, Your Honor.
What's this? No prayer this time, Prosecutor, said Marty. That is correct, Your Honor. To expedite these proceedings, I completed them beforehand in the lobby. How very thoughtful of you. Is Blackwell as the prosecutor? We'll see, yeah, we'll see. I guess they just wanted to, because now Yudo is the new prosecutor, they just wanted him to be in it again. By the way, what brings you back to this country? Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth himself called me to handle this case. Really? Besides, I have a debt to repay, and though my opponent is yet a callow thing, I have no qualms with sending her down to hell.
Objection!
Can you, like, not be rude?
Can we have a counter for how often he's rude to me for no reason?
If you have a score to settle, it's with Apollo, not me. But more importantly, I am not a callow thing. I am a qualified and capable attorney. Then what is that yellow attire? Not proof of your immaturity, you small spring— Hey! First of all, your thing isn't even like proper white. It is just, it almost looks like off-white. So it's close to yellow anyway. And Athena's outfit is way better than yours, bro. Okay? So you shush. Now, cease your shrill chirping. Exactly, Sable. One that he just hasn't bleached or cleaned in a while. Now, Prosecutor, said Marty. She is still only a teenager. Please go easy on her. Great. Now even the judge is giving me the kid treatment. Yeah, I don't like how everybody's just treating Athena like... That would annoy me so much. Very well. Shall we begin, Your Honor? Yes. I suppose we should. Now then, Prosecutor, said Marty, please give your opening statement. I'll show them what I can do. They'll be sorry they underestimated me. Certainly. Let the last rites of the victim commence.
Yeah, everybody's young. It's not... it's not a new thing.
The incident is believed to have occurred at around 4 p.m. yesterday, May 12th, at a storyteller's theatre called Kuru Te. The victim was a great master of the Tornado School of Rakugo, or comedic storytelling. His name was Typhoon Tornado. The scene of the murder was the theatre's dressing room. It is accessible via the staff entrance hallway and has an inner and outer sliding door. Ooh.
Okay. I was like when the diagrams get added to the court record.
The estimated time of death is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. This is an interesting... Why is the fridge open? Interesting... crime scene. Camel sake? Makeup, tissues. Why is the TV unplugged? Why is that present half torn open? Why is there paper on there? There's so many weird things. The cause of death is suffocation, though how the victim suffocated is yet to be determined. Wait, the cause of death is suffocation? Is it actually just ramen broth on the table? How is there blood? Now I'm like actually wondering if that is ramen broth on the table. I know blood. No, I mean like why is like I thought it was gonna be like he was murdered by an object, but if he was suffocated, that why would there shouldn't be any blood?
Yeah. Go run over to Wagamama's.
The autopsy found nothing unusual in his lungs or stomach, and there is no murder weapon.
He did. Yeah.
Strangled by noodles. I will now submit the incident report to the court. Suffocation. Okay. Prosecutor San Marty, how can you name Mr. Wet as the culprit when you don't know how the victim was killed, or even with what? While it is true that the weapon and precise method are, as yet, unknown, the accused is the only one who had the opportunity to commit the murder. I will explain this assertion in further detail as we continue. Ugh, guess this means he has some kind of evidence to present. Now, would the accused care to plead his case? Oh, God. Bro, he had one job, and it's to just turn up not drunk. Come to think of it, where is the defendant, Miss Sykes? Sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid Mr. Wet isn't feeling very well, and is resting in the infirmary. Surely it is the lack of a clear conscience that impedes him from facing this court. Great, starting off on the wrong foot already. Mr. Wet is the head chef of a soba shop, frequented by the victim. On the day of the incident, Mr. Wet went to the theatre at the victim's request. Taifu Tornado was a connoisseur of soba, as you can see in these photographs. He was apparently making soba himself in the dressing room that very day. The soba found at the scene is likely the soba he made himself there. Liking soba is one thing, but making it in a theatre dressing room is a bit much, no? Master Tornado truly had a passion for soba, didn't he? For a man like that to be murdered by a soba chef is simply unthinkable. And yet, the accused had ample motive. For in the victim's safe, we discovered the deed to the accused's shop. Mr. Wet was to inherit Wet Soba when he lost his father recently. However, it is believed the victim stole the shop's deed during the transfer process. The prosecution believes the accused killed the victim in order to get the deed back. A murder over the deed to a shop. That does sound like a plausible motive. So that's what this case is about. Wish Simon had filled me in a little better. Could have contributed more than just 1,000 buckets of cold sweat if he had. Defense. From your demeanor, I gather you know very little about the details of this case. Well, you see... You are dishonoring the soul of the victim by appearing in the courtroom unprepared. Why is Athena so unprepared? You are an embarrassment to your profession. It's just mean. Just unnecessarily mean. Hey, don't apologize, although you should have been more prepared, Athena. But Polo's a red pepper. Now I'm an egg yolk? We only just started and have already been demoted from spring chick. I am ready to call my witness, Your Honor. Ah, somebody else who happened to be at the crime scene but couldn't have committed the murder. I'm so ready for that to be to be the case again. Let us listen to the words of one who was present when the crime was discovered. Someone who was there when the victim's body was found? Very well. Witness, please take the stand. Who this? Heels? Oh. Huh? What? But I thought he wanted a good defense. Why is he... What? Okay. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Simon Blackwell, prosecutor. Prosecutor Blackwell? You didn't tell me you were going to take the stand. There simply wasn't time. There was time. What are you talking about? Kind of important. What a shame, Prosecutor Blackwell. Had you shared the damning scene you witnessed beforehand with the defense, we could have moved this trial along and saved the victim's soul that much faster. Damning scene? What in the world did Simon see? Prosecutor said Marty, was it? Before I give my testimony, there's something I'd like you to confirm. By all means. This case involves rakugo, a very traditional form of Japanese comedic storytelling. Do you have enough knowledge of this art form to handle this case competently? Are you implying that I am not qualified for this case? Not yet. I am simply trying to ascertain your familiarity with the topic. For now. It is a prosecutor's duty to learn the background of any case he takes on. I did some research on Rakugo last night, and I've grasped the overall idea of it. How much could you possibly grasp in a single night?
I don't know anything about them. We got let me ask ChatGPT about Rakugo real quick, so I'm prepared.
Oh, hello?
Oh, Nayuda was blabbing. I prefer to ask ChatGPT. Summarize Rakugo for me. Rakugo is a traditional form of Japanese comedic storytelling where a solo performer sits on a cushion called a zabuton and tells humorous, often long stories. The storyteller, known as Rakugoga, uses only a folding fan, sensu, and a small cloth, tenugui, as props to represent a variety of objects. Oh, so that's why he wasn't actually eating the ramen. I was wondering if it was just like a graphical glitch when he was like miming eating the ramen. Okay, interesting. The art form dates back to the Edo period. It's performed in small, intimate settings. Traditionally, Rakugo emphasizes the performer's skill in conveying humor and emotion using storytelling rather than elaborate stage design or props. Is this something they still do in Japan then? When I go, I might check it out. Interesting, interesting. Are you satisfied? If not, I could explain the 12 types of ending to such stories. No. It appears you have put in a bit of study. Your acknowledgement is most welcome, Prosecutor Blackwell. I can see why you are known for being quite thorough in your research, Prosecutor. Now, I would love to see you perform the story you went. No! What relevance does that have? Bro, can we... Thank you, Athena. Your Honor, can we please get back to the trial? Oh, right, of course. I nearly forgot. Bro, never mind. I forgot how silly this judge was. I didn't miss him. Seriously, of all the things for you to forget. Now then, back to the case. Prosecutor Blackwell. Please tell me. Please tell this court what you witnessed. All right. I know, right, Green Giant? What Simon saw. What did Simon see? I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m. I went straight to Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello. Lucky went into the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out a while later. Master Tornado's junior disciple, Uendo. Uendo? Apparently then entered the room soon after. That's when Uendo discovered Master Tornado's body. Oh, window. Okay. Window? Nah. Wait just a minute here, Prosecutor Blackwell. With testimony like that, you're practically accusing Mr. Wet of the crime. All I can do is state what I saw. I can't help how it appears. But a qualified and capable attorney such as you should be able to dispatch with it, right? Well, yeah, duh. Alright, guess I better start by getting all the info out of him that I can. Alright, 4 p.m. And he was alive? We don't really know. I went to the theater yesterday and arrived at approximately 4 p.m.
Hold it!
Prosecutor Blackwell, what did you go to the theater for in the first place? I went because I had received an invitation from Master Tornado. Here, see for yourself. It was a special show commemorating his junior disciple Windo's promotion. It was also an occasion to announce the boy's succession to the stage name of Wendo 2. Oh my god, then it will be Window XP. What's after XP? Vista? So what exactly does it mean to succeed to a stage name? You really don't know, do you? In the performing arts, a name succession is when an artist inherits a predecessor's name. I see. So there was another Window Rakugo artist before, and the disciple succeeded him, huh? And what exactly did your invitation say? It contained a simple letter of salutations and an outline of the show's program. Oh, it appears Typhoon Tornado was going to perform Tokisoba, or Time Soba. He's famous for his masterful pantomime of eating soba, using only his fan as a prop. And Window was to perform Soba Say, or Soba Glutton, a soba-themed show I see. It seems you know a thing or two about Fukugo yourself, your baldness. So I'm the only one who doesn't. The first to perform was the senior disciple, Geru, followed by Windu, and lastly, Master Tornado. Okay, that's a lot of information. I see. So that's why you happened to be at the Storytellers Theatre yesterday. Name, succession, and promotion. Inside the envelope was a ticket to the show and a letter from the victim. The letter contained a simple greeting and a rundown of the show's program. Geru was to perform her balloon act. Then Wendo was to perform Soba Glutton routine. Master Tornado was to perform Time Soba. So what happened after you arrived? I went straight to Master Tornado's dressing room to say hello. Okay, I need more information in general because I haven't done an investigation. And how did Master Tornado appear when you said hello to him? I went with the intention of greeting him, but ultimately we didn't actually meet. You didn't see him? Why not? Geru escorted me to the dressing room, and we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait into the hall while he was done. You heard Rakugo being performed in the dressing room? Yes, not just me, but Geru as well. In other words, you can confirm that the victim was still alive at around 4 p.m.? Correct. I couldn't hear him clearly through the doors, but I'm sure it was Master Tornado. I could tell because it was the Time Soba routine being performed in there. Okay, interesting. So that means the victim was killed sometime after that. Okay. Bucky went into the dressing room thereafter, only to come storming out a while later.
Hold it!
Please tell us in detail how Mr. Wet appeared at the time. Geru and I were waiting in the hallway for Master Tornado to finish practicing. When Bucky appeared, entered the dressing room with his things. What happened after that? We heard what sounded like Bucky shouting inside the room. About 10 minutes later, Bucky came back out of the dressing room, looking rather irate. This is most likely when the murder was committed. The victim was an elderly man. It would have been entirely possible to kill him within the span of 10 minutes. Ugh, better come up with some kind of counter-argument fast. Master Tornado's junior disciple, Wendo, apparently then entered the room soon after.
Hold it!
What do you mean by apparently? Didn't you see him go in? No, I couldn't. I was able to see the dressing room door from where I was standing at the time. Okay. That B is Blackwell, I'm guessing, and not Bucky. I see. Why do you suppose Window went into the dressing room anyway? He had just finished his routine, so he was making a courtesy call. Disciple is to pay the master respect, right before and after each performance. And all disciples are expected to do this? Yes, it's common courtesy among Rakugo artists. I see. Could you tell us what happened after Window went into the dressing room? Certainly. Why does he look so angry? That's when Window discovered Master Tornado's body.
Hold it!
And how did Window act at the time? After Window had been in the dressing room for 2 or 3 minutes, we heard a scream from inside the room. And Window came flying out. Did you hear any signs of a struggle at that time? No, with just Window's woeful scream. I see. Well done, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your testimony has given us quite a glimpse into the sequence of events. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. And now, please allow me to summarize your testimony. While Prosecutor Blackwell and Geru were in the hallway, waiting for Master Tornado, the accused came along and entered the dressing room with some items in tow. He was heard shouting for a time inside the dressing room. About 10 minutes later, he came back out of the room, seeming rather angry. I like how they animated that to show his anger. A short time after the accused had come and gone, Window Tornado went into the room. A few minutes later, after having discovered the victim's body, Window gave a scream and came running out into the hallway from within. Yeah, I'm sure this yard and this dog and stuff will be useful at some point, but we don't know anything about it. Prosecutor Blackwell and Geru then ran into the room and saw the body for themselves. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, this does not look good. Yeah, I understand why this is this seems kind of cut and dry, but let's see. From the circumstances, it is quite clear that the accused murdered the victim. This is a crucial testimony indeed. Thanks, Simon. Well, not thanks, Simon, but thank you for telling the truth. Because I can be confident that what you were saying in chat, I can be confident that he told the truth, and that's like a true thing that happened. I don't think he would lie. An eyewitness has given conclusive testimony. Why not let it all go now and allow the victim his last rites? Not on your life! Window went into the dressing room too and was the first to discover the body. Then who's to say he didn't commit the crime? Window was in the dressing room for a mere 2, perhaps 3 minutes. He could not have possibly committed the murder in that time, nor without making any noise. Alright, let's test this. Let's try strangling Nayuda in court and see if we can kill him in 2 to 3 minutes. Oh, Simon, why'd you have to give that awful testimony? Prosecutor Blackwell, can't you give me something a little better to work with here? Isn't it up to you to ask the right questions? I am certainly willing to tell you all that I know. So, if you truly are as capable as you claim, then draw out what you need for yourself. There's no time for your twisted games, Prosecutor Blackwell. Just admit that you don't remember it all that well. Prosecutor Blackwell, watching you collude with the defense like this, I see that you are no prosecutor. Athena is just like, come on, Blackwell, commit perjury for me, please. I see it all the time in this courtroom. Begone, witness. You shall haunt the sacred hall no more. How dare you treat me like some evil spirit to be exorcised? I'll remember this, you blackguard. Don't worry, Prosecutor Blackwell. I've got this. We got a cross-examine Window. Would I have my way, he would not be the only one here to step down. You half-boiled, putrid egg yolk. Oh, shush, bro. I object to the notion that I'm a gooey, smelly mess. I don't know about that, but who knows? I can't smell you through the screen, Athena. Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony was like the lowly opening act of a Rakugo show. He may hold the title of prosecutor, but this time he stood on the side of the defense. I'm just saying, I don't know. It could be true, but she's, in terms of personality, she's not a putrid egg yolk. To restore balance to this trial, I would like to present an actual witness for the prosecution. And who is this witness? The person who was with Prosecutor Blackwell when the body was discovered. Geru? She is another entertainer of the Tornado School, Miss Geru Tornado. Alright, already pink heels instead of the black heels. Why are you wearing a clown nose? Not another clown. Not another clown. Please state your name and occupation, witness. I don't know how to voice it. Hello, everyone. I'm here to represent the Tornado School with a twisty, twisty twist. And balloon! There you have it, a stunning balloon hat. It's me, the balloon artist. Oh, she's a balloon artist. You all know and love Geru Tornado. I could not think of two polar opposite people. Geru and Blackwell standing in a hallway together. Just call me Geru, sweetie. 1, 2, blue. Oh, okay. Just gonna... Please tell me you're talking about the hat, Your Honor. Oh, Mr. Judgy, I'm so glad you liked my performance. Would you consider joining my fan club? I'm not saying pretty please like that. Oh, absolutely. And please save your fanboying for after the trial, Your Honor. Anyway, Geru. Can't help but notice, you seem awfully cheerful for having just lost your master. Of course I'm sad, but Shisho would scold me if I didn't put on a big smile. Never show sadness. Smile, 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 with a twisty twist twist. Are those supposed to be eyes? That's kind of creepy. And balloon! There you have it. One gorgeous cake. I see. I guess an entertainer's gotta do what an entertainer's gotta do. Balloon art's worse than a Rorschach test? All I saw was a 7 monster head. Geru, you're obviously a balloon artist. So how did you come to be a member of the Rakugo school? Rorschach. Well, my father, my late father that is, was a Rakugo artist, you see? So I joined the Tornado School to be just like my daddy someday. Alright, I see. My father and I owe so much to Shishu, our master. But that fucking wet. Oh, how could he? I want to see him pay for what he's done as quickly as possible. Oh, yes, yes. I see a butterfly. I see a funya. Your distress is entirely understandable, and my condolences for your loss. And, not only that, but he... You have more to say about Mr. Wet? Every time he comes to deliver soba to us, he yells at me. He always tells me to get away. Is there any reason why he would say such a thing to you? He says the smell of my perfume will get into his soba and ruin it. Like, how could he say that? This is a great scent. How very rude of him. Okay, Judge, you're supposed to be impartial. Excuse me, Your Honor, but please don't let Geru's balloons bias your judgment. You go, Athena. Mr. Wet hasn't been proven guilty yet, remember? It will be interesting to see how long that fire of yours will last, defense. Now then, Geru, please share the truth with this court. Please share the truth. Please! It was nice to have a testimony with no perjury. For once. Yes, Geru, your testimony, please. Before the murder was discovered, from 4 PM to a little after 4:20 PM, when Shisho's body was found, Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. Before Wendu discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jugemu was barking like mad. Is this the dog? Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have any objections to this witness testimony? Make up your bloody mind, sad monks. First you exorcise me, now this. You only need to do as you are instructed by this humble servant of the Holy Mother. Dude, shush. As there are no objections, Your Honor, let us move on for the salvation of this victim's soul. Hey! I'm the defense attorney here, Prosecutor Samadi. I just might have an objection or two once I actually cross-examine the witness. So what are you asking Prosecutor Blackwell for? I am the one you should be checking with. There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Koreanism. I don't care, bro. You're not in Korean. Sorry. I'm not even gonna... No, I'm just not reading that. He's just insulting me for no reason. He doesn't even see you as an adversary, Sykes Dono. It doesn't matter, because I'm still gonna kick his butt. I'll show you I'm no inexperienced spring chick. Your Honor, I'm ready to cross-examine this witness. I hope you can make Prosecutor Sanmari see you as a worthy adversary, Miss Sykes. I'll show your cross-examination. I'll allow your cross-examination. What do you mean you'll allow it? That's how the law is written. So you better strike while the iron is hot. Okay. I want to know about the dog. Right? Alright, standing in the pool windows discovered the body. The only person who had gone in there was Bucky. He come to think of it. A little while before Bucky showed up, Jugemu was barking like mad. Who is Jugemu? It's gotta be the dog. Whose dog? Jugemu? That's my doggy! I keep him at the theater. Let's see! With their twisty twist twist, are you gonna make your dog? That looks like something out of Five Nights at Freddy's, if I ever did, if I ever saw it. If you made that for a child, they would cry 100%. He's kind of creepy looking. Oh, but he's a really, really good boy. And why was Jugemu barking? You think it's because he saw someone suspicious? If so, then we'd have a new suspect in this case. Now, why was he barking again? Oh, I remember. Because it was time for me to feed him. So I went into his yard and gave him some food. Couldn't somebody have slipped into the dressing room while you were doing that? Nope. The door out into the yard was wide open. I would have seen if anybody went into the dressing room. Prosecutor Blackwell, come down to the stand for a sec. Please. How many times must I do this? You saw what Gary was talking about, right? So why didn't you mention it before? Can't be expected to remember every minute detail. Well, remember them now, please. Did Gary go out into the yard? Yes, I remember her now that she went to feed Jugemu. That's a lot of food. For a tiny dog. Jesus! I saw her looking towards the dressing room, quite frequently as well. Do you recall anything else? It looked as though she was feeding the dog a great quantity of dumplings or something. Do you feed dogs dumplings? Jugemu couldn't finish them all. Okay. So he buried the rest in a corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember. Alright. Updated statement report. Looks like Gary was telling the truth. Your Honor, I'd like Gary's last statement added to a testimony. As you wish, defense. I was in the yard, but the door was wide open, so I can keep watch on the dressing room.
Hold it!
You know what this means, right, Gary? You weren't in the hallway the entire time after all, were you? Well, okay, so I did go out into the yard, but it was just for a second. And the yard door was wide open, so I could still see the dressing room the whole time. The door was open, so she could still see the dressing room? Prosecutor Blackwell, I need you on the stand again. Poor Blackwell. Just imagining running up and down the stairs. What am I, your lady in waiting? Do you remember anything about the time Gary was in the yard? Simply that Jugemu married the food he couldn't finish in the corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember. Thank you. Didn't really need to hear about the dog again. When I finished feeding Jugemu, I returned to the hallway. Then I saw Bucky go into the dressing room. No question about it. Okay, so around the time of the murder, Gary and Simon were hanging out outside the dressing room. Guess I'm gonna have to find a floor in there somehow if I want to get anywhere. Let me see the diagram of the... Wait, where's the... Is that the door to the yard? There. That's the window. That's the door? And is that's where the kennel and the thing was? So she was feeding the dog over there. And I'm guessing that's the door, the bottom part of... I wish I can... I'm pointing to the screen, but the bottom part. I'm guessing so because the door to the dressing room was that it was the thing in the bottom right, and that's the same symbol. So it opens inwards. It is a weird layout. I'm trying to understand it. It opens inwards. But in order to get to the yard... Yeah. So if it opens inwards and she was in the yard, then she wouldn't have been able to see anything unless there was a window. But is there a window? Nobody mentioned a window. Was the architect drunk too? What does Simon say? Simon didn't see window enter the room, right? He just, that's just what he was told. But then if she was in the yard, and I'm assuming, I don't know, is that a window? That the vertical bar there on the yard? I don't know. That's a rhetorical question. Sorry. I'm trying to voice out my opinion. But I think it's wrong because she's specifically saying that because the door was wide open, she could keep watch on the dressing room. But if the door was open, then she couldn't see through the door. I think that's what it wants me to present. But I don't want my first present to be wrong. And I'm not 100% sure because I don't want them to just be like, she could have just watched through the window. But I'm guessing is I don't know what else I would present. Alright, let's see.
Objection!
Music stopped. So, you were able to keep an eye on the dressing room while you were out in the yard? Is that correct? That's right. The door onto the yard was wide open. Sorry, but that makes zero sense. Take a look at this diagram of the backstage area. There is a clear contradiction between this diagram and the witness's testimony. Oh? I'm afraid I don't understand, Miss Sykes. Okay. Well, I'm going full into it with the fact that it's giving me this as an option. So I think it wants me to point to the fact that the door opens inwards rather than outwards. This better be the door. I'm pretty sure this is the door.
Take that!
Gary was in the yard near the doghouse. Prosecutor Blackwell even saw her there. And while she was out there, the door to the yard had been left open. Ah, I see. Yes, the door to the yard was wide open, as Gary said. Okay, good. That's what I was thinking. But I didn't know exactly where she was feeding the dog. Because I would have thought that there was a chance she was feeding the dog on the other side and could look through the window. But I guess with the way the window is set up. Okay, yeah, no, it makes sense. I was just a little vague on it. Would have blocked her view, making it impossible for her to see the dressing room. Yeah, but I thought if she was on the other side, right, then there might have been a place where she still would have a view, but I guess if the yard is big, then the window still would have blocked her. What? No way! But even if there were admittedly a few moments, Gary was not keeping watch. How much would that really affect this case? What do you mean? It greatly affects the case because nobody had eyes on who entered the room when the person supposedly died. That's a huge thing. What are you talking about, dude? Go away. From the spot Prosecutor Blackwell stood, he couldn't see the dressing room door either. Anyone could have entered the dressing room during that time without being seen. Oh. Gayru, why did you try to hide the fact that you weren't watching the dressing room? What? I...
Objection.
Hide the fact? You speak as though you think she had something to do with the murder. Rather than deliberate deception, it was more likely a simple oversight. Right, witness? Leading the witness again! Well, I was so shocked by what happened, I was just confused. The classic. I was just confused. I just misremembered. Sorry, this is what actually happened. Even though she was trying to keep up a brave front as an entertainer, the truth is that she is being torn apart by grief. For a mind to be in turmoil is hardly unexpected. Yes, it must be very difficult indeed. To be a disciple, one's master is akin to a real parent. Surely, her shock is immense. He only has one trick up his sleeve, and it's that, oh, the witness must have been confused, right? That's the only thing. That's all he does. And then he insults me. It's the only thing he does. Oh, go away. But that wasn't what I was trying to do. Is it beyond your comprehension, defense? Your unskilled argument is scarring this witness even further. My argument is fine. And if we ask the people of this courtroom, I am sure they would agree. What? The gallery doesn't get a say in this. Are you afraid to find out that they think ill of you? Or that perhaps you are in the wrong? It doesn't matter what the gallery thinks. Who cares? Listen to them now with that keen sense of hearing you are so proud of. Dude. Hey! Don't insult my outfit! No! I was just trying to find the truth! Probably the best, if I'm being honest. Why is the whole gallery siding with Prosecutor Sadmati? The people understand. They know what is right, what is wrong. That lawyer's still in training, isn't she? What? Hey! I have a lawyer's badge. I'm a certified genius that passed my exams at 16. Was she 17? I hear the voices of the gallery. I hear the voices of their hearts. It's so intense. I feel so alone up here fighting by myself. Are you afraid, child? It is ludicrous to come to this trust. Sure. Oh my god. Just go away. You haven't actually countered my argument. I'm just saying, by the way. So shush. As long as there was a moment when nobody was watching the dressing room door, the defendant can't be convicted solely on Prosecutor Blackwell's and Gayru's testimonies. Even now you will continue to resist. You are childish in defeat as well, I see. I'm not out of the count yet, Buster. Just getting started. Despite your posturing, is it not true that your resolve could crumble at any moment? So, can we just... Conclusive evidence. Oh, what did he say? I wasn't actually paying attention because we found a critical piece of evidence at the scene of the crime. The victim's dying message. What? Why didn't you mention this sooner? The victim's dying message, which clearly implicates the accused. Fuck you, went. What? Look at these Japanese playing cards, known as karuta. Lined up on the table. These special English version karuta cards spell out a message. That message, wet number 4. Wet number 4? You mean wet noodle number 4? Yes, wet noodle number 4. As the fourth head as the fourth head chef of Wet Soba is also new. No, I can't speak, sorry. This message points to none other than the accused, Bucky Wet. No! That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Wow, great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh no, this is really, really bad. What do I do? What do I do? Would you still carry on your futile fight in the fate of this irrefutable evidence? The cards are on top of the liquid. So clearly it was done after whatever happened. You got this, Athena. You can notice it. Would you still carry on your futile fight in the face of this irrefutable evidence? You can say whatever you want, but we won't know until we... It is cruel. Oh my gosh. No, I don't care. What an incompetent noob. Excuse me. I have a badge. How many badges do you have, gallery? Sorry, I know I should be reading all of Nayuta's voice lines, but not when it's like it's just insults towards me. It's just kind of little annoying. But I'm still it's fine. It's okay. I just don't really want to read them out. Like they're not relevant to the case. Is he right? Is this too much for me to handle on my own? Now, defense. Leave everything to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
Silence.
Thanks, Blackwell. Standing up for me. Oh, he's... Is he allowed to... I don't know. I don't think he's allowed to be there. He's trying to use your keen sense of hearing against you to manipulate the trial, Athena. It's kind of weird to see the mirrored version of him. After seeing him for so long on the other side. What a cheap trick for a supposedly holy man. Simon! Oh no, I'm seeing the right side of his face. It's weird. And you fop doodles in the gallery. Can't a man watch a trial in peace? This inexperienced amateur is about to turn the trial around. Does that prosecutor really think she can turn things around? Mood in this courtroom is starting to change. Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you doing at the defense bench? I grew bored of watching from the gallery. Besides, if I were to leave this trial to this spring chick and lose my favorite sober shop in the process, I will be quite cross. You voluntarily stand on the side of impurity and sin? Truly, what a fool you are. To think, you were so easily manipulated by his parlor tricks. Never happened to qualified and capable Athena. Just let my guard down a little bit, but it won't happen again. Gird up to your loins. Gird up your loins and steel yourself for battle. I'm not girding up anything in this gird. But I am ready to get saved. It seems there is now yet another soul I must cast down into hell. I was in prison for a long time, and hell sounds no worse than cell, to be honest. Ah, what a Chad. The fires of hell will not be the end of your suffering. For the sin you have just committed, you shall surely be reborn as a panda in your next life. I would love to be... Okay, I don't know about reverse panda. I would love to be a panda. Just lays around all day eating bamboo. That sounds fantastic. And you shall be put in a zoo to be exposed to public ridicule. Yeah, I don't. People can watch me eat bamboo all day. If I don't have to do anything. I apologize. Indeed, you did. A threat like that won't work on Prosecutor Blackwell. After all, he's already used to looking like a panda. Who are you calling a panda? Bro's not wrong. Girl's not wrong. Sorry. I see you are both prepared to face the fires of damnation. Geiru, thank you for your service. You may step down now. Okie dokie. Bye-bye, balloon. Does everything have to be about balloons with her? I mean, that's what she does. It's fine. Now then. I have a witness prepared to testify about the Karuta cards. And who is the witness this time? The first to discover the body. Ah, the person who actually planted the cards there. Okay. And someone who witnessed the crime scene firsthand. Mr. Wendu Tornado. The time has come for that ponytailed pair over there to finally let it all go and move on. Very well. Let's bring in this witness then. Hello. Witness, please state your name and occupation. I am the Rakugo storyteller, Windu Tornado. Even if my performance isn't worth watching, I will certainly watch my words. I wouldn't want to say anything thoughtless and get arrested. After all, that'd be a Raku no-no. Hee. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Hello? You can't leave yet. You only just introduced yourself. Oh, my. Are you a fan of mine, miss? Would you like my autograph? One moment. No, I would not. Just hit me with his fan? Excuse me. What do you think you're doing? No need to stand on ceremony. My fan deserves a fan, after all. A fan for a fan? Nice one. Oh, if it isn't Simon. How are you on this fine day, sir? Quite a dilly of a pickle we found ourselves in, wouldn't you say? I don't believe I've ever seen you talk quite so much, Wendu. Never performed in a place like this, you know. I get butterflies, can't you see? Hee. Why do I always get the weird ones? I think everybody's weird. Pardon me, witness. As much as I enjoy your banter, I believe we had better return to the case at hand. I suppose you're right. In that case... I was promoted to Futatsume yesterday, and received the stage name of Wendu. The show, and a way of celebrating my name, my new name, and middle rank standing. Hee. And then, that happened. The heck? Why was he smoking his fan? Never dreamt something like that would happen. Not in a million years. Just as I got my chance to start repaying my debts to Shisho, too. Yeah, plus, I'm worried about Geiru. The way she clung to Shisho. Poor thing. I told her to keep a stiff upper lip. Stiff like rigor mortis. Keep telling those lame jokes, and Shisho will come scold you from the grave. I wouldn't mind getting yelled at, you know. It meant seeing him again. Window, please. As charming as your various characters are, this isn't a Rakugo stage. Let us hear your testimony now, witness. Tell the court about the evidence left at the scene, the proof of the accused's guilt. I noticed Shisho's dying message right away. The stiff cards were right there, next to the stiff use. Jesus. Hey now, enough with the silly puns already. Hee. I object. I object to that. Anyway, I got the meaning right. Anyway. I knew it must have been talking about Bucky. That was the master's final message, left as he was drowning in sober breath. It's so like Shushu not to write Bucky's name outright. Plain and simple wasn't his style. Well, that was certainly a more entertaining testimony than usual. The variety of characters performed by the witness was absolutely splendid. They shouldn't be performing any characters in the first place, Your Honor. And Windu, the murder weapon hasn't been determined yet, so how can you say the victim was drowned in sober broth? It's obvious. All you have to do is look at the crime scene. He was found with his face shoved in a bowl. And he didn't... Nothing was found in his lungs. He died from suffocation. Bro's just wrong. Except we're not here to assume things, Windu. So please just stick to the facts. My. It's so like a Solar Chef to kill someone like this way, wouldn't you say? And with the Karuta message he left behind, it's clear Bucky Wet did it. Oh, no. Not everybody's saying it. Oh, definitely. When the autopsy report specifically says that this didn't happen. Testimony makes Mr. Wet look super guilty. Oh, come on, Athena. That's his conclusive evidence. What a farce. What do you mean, Simon? What's this? I thought you said you weren't planning on asking me for help. Didn't I won't. Thank you very much. Simon must have found an inconsistency in the testimony. So did I. This one's way more obvious than the door opening one. There's a contradiction in Window's testimony. And would you care to explain where, Miss Sykes? Yeah, Widget. Certainly, Your Honor. According to the autopsy report, nothing unusual was found in the victim's lungs. Ah, yes. It does say that, doesn't it? If he had drowned in a bowl of soba, then there should have been soba broth in his lungs. But since there wasn't any, it means the victim was suffocated with something other than soba broth. I like how they voice acted that. This is the contradiction you noticed, isn't it, Simon? Not bad. Not bad at all. It's on. Yes, I showed you. But if drowning in the soba broth wasn't the cause of death, then when was the victim's face thrust into that bowl? Typhoon Tornadoes was thrust into the bowl. It must have been after his murder. no sober broth was discovered in the victim's lung. His head must have been placed into the bowl after he was killed. That's when the sober broth must have spilled onto the character cards. No, that's wrong as well. Because they're clearly... The cards are clearly on top of the sober broth. I see. So it was done after he was already dead. Why would the culprit do such a thing? I'm afraid I don't know.
Objection.
Heh, you boast of psychological expertise, yet you cannot determine such a simple motive. I'm gonna take my hat off. I hope that's okay. Alright, I might have a bit of hat hair. I've been wearing it for like 8 hours. My sides are liable to split at the absurdity. What? And I suppose you know why? That's not okay, I'll put it back on. Of course, desecrating the body in that manner indicates a strong sense of enmity on the part of the perpetrator. Yes, that does make sense. Certainly paints a clear picture of the culprit's intense feelings towards the victim. Feelings of resentment over the theft of the sober shop's deed, no doubt. Just great. Now the judge has even more unfavorable impression of Bucky.
Silence.
Must you come undone at every juncture? If the culprit had enough time to set up Master Tornado's body, do you think they would have honestly failed to notice the dying message? Good point. The cards were right in front of his body after all. Rationally speaking, there's no way the culprit could have missed that, huh? Yes, getting to it. But was the accused rational at the time, given the way he stormed out of that room?
Silence.
That is actually a good point. Never mind that. I have something more important to ask Windu. Me? You saw the character cards firsthand, did you not? Would you care to tell us about them in a bit more detail? Those tiny crime scene photos show us precious little of what I wish to know. Well, those cards are from Shisho's Master's Sober Scenes of Tokyo Past set. Each card is related to some way to sober. Spare me the history lesson. Just tell me how the cards looked at the crime scene and no more. Well, there was sober broth spilled all over them. That's wrong! It's wrong! Look at the cards! Look at the cards, look at the cards, look at the cards. Please accept this meager offering, Your Honor. Oh my, what delightful looking cards. I like how 4 is put in brackets, just in case you don't know. I like how one of the cards is ouch. So they must have had to change this entire piece of evidence from Japanese. Daring prosecutor, sad monk's conclusive evidence plot should be a breeze with this. Huh? Don't tell me you haven't noticed. I have! Look at those stains on the cards. I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. I do see. I got it, I got it. Alright, it's do or die. All I have to do is study the picture and... These cards are kind of brittle. Contain a contradiction. These cards contain a contradiction. What? No, what do you mean? What do you mean they contain stuff? No, they contain... Athena! Okay, apparently I have to say something else. I know what I want to say, but apparently that's not it. It appears the defense is rational at no time whatsoever. Please let me try again. Were rearranged then, I guess, because of the way that the cards were rearranged because of the way that the it shows that some of the cards were not didn't have the broth spilled on. These cards were rearranged, but how could you tell? Please take a good look at these cards, Your Honor. The answer is right in front of you. The sober broth stains. There we go. Please focus your attention on the sober broth stains on these cards. The outline of these stains don't match up with the larger stain on the table. Oh, would you look at that? You're absolutely right. And please recall that the sober broth was spilled and got onto the cards after the murder, when the victim's face was placed in the bowl. Yes, go on. By the stains, we can see that the culprit deliberately rearranged the cards after that. In other words, this message was altered to pin the crime on my client. All right, let's write down wet number 4. What else? What else can we make? Playing countdown now. Oh my god, shush. Ten who? 10 who for? Who 10? Hen Tao for? For? I'm guessing there's a card missing. That's what I'm guessing. There's a card missing. Like, it almost says Wendu. If there was a U and a D. There's probably a card missing. What? Then, if we put the cards back in their original positions, we can restore the evidence and see who the cards were really pointing towards. That's true. Oh, good. Then what are we waiting for? Let's do this. All I have to do is rearrange the card. Do I have to rearrange the cards? Let's see. Oh. What the heck? Okay. This one is here. The power of the Nintendo 3DS. Perfect. Okay. The H card is next. Here, that's this one. Yes. Now the E card. It is a cute puzzle. I like it. This here? Let's cover this one. There. That looks good. Now O. O and fourth? O and fourth? I don't know what that means. Owen fourth?
Take that!
So the message, wet number 4, was originally supposed to say Owen fourth. And this original message is our clue to the identity of the true culprit. What? The indignant look on Prosecutor Sad Monk's face is positively priceless. It must have, yeah. This is absurd. So it was originally Owen fourth? It wasn't wet number 4? Maybe the lawyer is smarter than we thought. Yeah! Order. Order in the court. Well, I never would have imagined that there was more to these cards than meets the eye. Yeah. I agree. Usually I'm not one for making fun of people, but he's been doing it so much to us that he's got to take some too. Yeah, Athena. Wait. Am I? Wait, what happened? Am I what? I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. But I hadn't thought that far yet. Change the cards around all you'd like. If you cannot explain what the message means, then it is as worthless as you are, Defense. No! And so the spring chick that fancies itself a graceful swan is brought down back to earth. Has to do something, but what? Still your thoughts for a second. There's a perfectly good witness to question over that. Alright, that's a good idea. Come on, Athena. Get a hold of yourself. Yeah, Athena. Wendy, does this phrase Owen Forth mean anything to you? No, there's no one named Owen in the Tornado family, or our circle of friends, but their real names. Go ahead, ask anybody you'd like. You can't be serious. What does Forth mean? Having rummaged through your empty mind, I see you have, as expected, turned up nothing.
Silence.
I'm afraid I have no idea who the devil this Owen Forth is either. But the fact remains that the cards were rearranged to pin the blame on Mr. Wet. Yeah, Ezzy. Just like you were saying. That in itself proves that the defendant isn't the real culprit. I wouldn't say prove, but it's definitely an intent to frame. Prosecutor Blackwell is right. Besides, the important question here is not, who does the message point to? But rather, who rearranged the cards? Why didn't you point that out earlier if you already knew? Sorry. In any case, there were two opportunities for someone to rearrange the cards. The first was when Mr. Wet entered the dressing room, and the second was when Wendu discovered the body. Are you accusing me of rearranging the cards? Me, who came to testify out of the goodness of my heart? Well, you didn't exactly come running out screaming straight away, did you? Even a mere 2 to 3 minutes is more than enough time to get some devilry. Get up to some devilry. So what exactly were you doing in there, Wendu? Sip, sip. Put down the tea and spit out your answer. Mr. Prosecutor, what's a guy supposed to do at a time like this? Silence is more precious than diamonds, witness. Therefore, you need only stay silent. The defense is devious. They are waiting for you to make a slip of the tongue. Oh, I see. So that's what they're after, is it? Your Honor, I've decided not to say another word. Pleading the fifth. Very good. After all, your right to remain silent is protected by law. Well, Prosecutor Blackwell, any other brilliant ideas you'd like to share? Ha 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 ha! What? Did you hear that, Psych Stoner? A Rakugo artist who's afraid to speak. Oh, he's trying to rile him up! Yeah, get him, Blackwell. Who's ever heard of such a thing? Are you trying to taunt him into talking? Such a petty trick will never work. I'm pretty sure it'll work, based on what I've seen already. That's right. I'm not going to... Oh. I'm only asking to hear your story. Besides, is it not your job to tell your tales if there is an audience to listen? Even so, I have the right to refuse to answer. The more you keep quiet, the more we want you to talk. That's simply human nature. Isn't that right? People off the gallery. Oh, he's pressuring him. Yeah, I like it. The psychology aspect of Blackwell. It's good. Even with this wonderful audience in front of you, you still refuse to talk. If so, then perhaps you chose the wrong line of work, my friend. Are you saying I should quit? Because I'm not afraid to speak my mind, I'll have you know. Oh no, never mind what I just said. It is scary to talk. It's absolutely terrifying. But no, as a Rakugo artist, I must talk. If I don't, how can I ever show my face on stage again? Your Honor! I'm ready to testify. That happens so fast. Did it! He even managed to convince Window with his power of suggestion technique. Bully for you, Window. That's as a real Rakugo artist should be. That was... No, you're just like, what happened? That... The witness wishes to testify, then by all means, please do. To be turned by such an obvious ploy, what a man of weak spirit.
Also, hi, Sable. I don't think I said hi, Sable. Hello, hello. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slumped over the table, motionless. From what I could tell, there do not appear to be any inconsistencies in the testimony. It's for me to judge. Of course there aren't any, because I'm not trying to hide anything. Prosecutor Samani's right. I didn't see anything inconsistent either. But I did pick up on some faint discord. Oh yeah, Mood Matrix time. Probably my favorite gimmick. Although I do like the insights as well.
Hold it!
But the Mood Matrix is fun. I disagree, Your Honor. I detect discord in the voice of the witness's heart. There's a clear indication that Windu is facing some sort of inner turmoil. Are you saying what I think you're saying, Miss Sykes? Yes, Your Honor. The defense would like to conduct a quick therapy session on the witness.
Objection.
Windu, there is no need for you to submit to this so-called therapy. It's fine by me. I have nothing to hide. Bring it on. Oh, God. Imagine I would be so annoyed as a prosecutor. Why will you not listen to the guidance of this humble servant of the Holy Mother? If the witness wishes to proceed, I see no problem, prosecutor. In one ear and out the other. It seems this performer has no need for your so-called guidance, Prosecutor Sad Monk. Just know this, Windu. Your folly will surely earn you divine retribution. Thanks, Simon. I'm going to make the most of this opportunity you created for me. Just keep your wits about you. I will. Windu, can you tell us again about what happened in the dressing room? Right. After my performance, I went to visit Shisha. Happy, makes sense. I called to him from outside the dressing room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slumped over the table, motionless. That all makes sense? Yeah, I didn't really notice any unexpected emotions. But it isn't always the question of the presence of an emotional response, but the absence. You know, you're right. It's not always the emotions I do see. Sometimes it's a matter of what I don't, but would expect to see. Something's missing? Yeah. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. Called to him from outside the room. He didn't reply. What, is he supposed to be angry that he didn't reply? Ah, reply to me. Where's the pout emotion? What else? I don't see anything else. Happy because he did his performance. Makes sense. Called him. Could be surprised that he didn't reply. I guess maybe. Maybe surprised that he didn't reply. Bye, Nami. Have a good night. He didn't show his badge. Spoilers. Where's the badge emotion? Of my favorite emotion. Maybe surprised that... Like, shouldn't he be surprised that he slumped over? Either surprised that he didn't reply or surprised that he slumped over. Yeah, maybe surprise. Huh? I think that's wrong. In other words, you are the something here that didn't match. Yeah, okay. So not surprise. Surprise here? Oh, okay. So, okay, wrong place to... I mean, I figured it's very similar. Being surprised that he didn't reply and surprised that he slumped over. Like... Windu, I'm noticing something strange with these emotions. That's a tough one to spot. I wouldn't have noticed that if Blackwell didn't point out that something could be missing. Something stranger with cheesy toast. Ew, what? What did Athena say? With these emotions. No, something strange with these emotions. How could you have heard some thin stranger with cheesy toast skin? No. Maybe it's me who's got some cheese in his ear. Did he will the floor to open up and swallow his cushion out of shame for that bad joke? The point I'm trying to make is that I noticed something unexpected in your emotions. Now stop hiding and come out where we can see you. Bailiff, please bring the witness a few replacement cushions. It's too much. Too many cushions. Oh, come on! His Honor said a few cushions, not a few dozen. Now that we've all had a good laugh, please continue, Miss Sykes. Who's laughing? Ah, focus, Athena. Don't let yourself get rattled. When you entered the room and saw your master slumped motionless over the table, you weren't the least bit shocked, Windu? Don't you think that's a little odd? Is it though? The lack of surprise means you were prepared for what you saw. I think I know why. The reason Windu wasn't shaken when he saw his master's dead body is because he knew about his master's death. Must have been. I think maybe the reason you weren't shaken was because you already knew you would find your master dead. What? What kind of thing is that to say? You've got it all wrong. Oh, right. I just remembered something. I thought Shisha was just sleeping when I first saw him. No. You clearly had sadness as your emotion. Why would you be sad that he's sleeping? Why would you be sad that he's sleeping, huh? I'm always happy when I see people sleeping. Because it means they're resting. Thought he was sleeping. It sounds plausible. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. No. What made you think he was asleep? Well, he had his head and arms up on the table, as if he were taking a nap. This is exactly what I said right at the start. I was like, what if it's not blood, but it's broth from the soba, and he's just taking a nap? I literally said those words. Hi Emma. Good morning. Good to see. Hi. Sorry, Gab. Hi, Gab. Good to see you. My brain. Sorry. Hi, Gab. Good morning. Good to see you. I've fallen asleep on a table before. As a student, you learn how to fall asleep on your hand and on table. One other thing. There was that note too. Note? What note? Ah, you must be talking about this. Oh. It appears to have been written by the victim. Allow me to read it. Resting. Do not disturb. Yes! That's the note I saw. What? Why don't people say things like this way earlier? That is a pretty reasonable assumption.
You gotta be kidding me. No. It doesn't make sense that he's sad about his his master sleeping. I want to change my testimony to include that statement. Alright, I'll run an update. And to visit Shisho, I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. I opened the door, I thought he was sleeping. Why is he angry? Why is he angry? Huh? I didn't even have to check the other one. I want to know why he's angry. Window, I noticed something funny in your emotions again. Why is he not dead? Why is he just sleeping? Funny, you say? I guess an entertainer of my caliber can make people laugh. Even with my emotions. I didn't mean that kind of funny. Quite the opposite, actually. When you entered the dressing room, I see that you suddenly felt anger. What I want to know is, what made you feel angry all of a sudden? What? Let's see. Oh yeah, now I remember. As I was going in, I whacked my little piggy in something. I was annoyed at my own clumsiness. Wait, you mean you stubbed your pinky toe? Just a little bump on my little piggy. No big deal. It's embarrassing, really. Sounds more like he's hiding something. Better dig a bit deeper. No need to be embarrassed, Windu. But I'm sure it's afraid. But I'm afraid it's something we do need to look into. Are we about to examine his foot? Because I really don't want to. I don't really see anything you could have stubbed your toe on. The area around the dressing room door in this picture. But maybe there was something there at the time. I'm not looking at feet. Windu, what exactly did you stub your toe on? What an irrelevant question. You dishonor the soul of the victim with these unnecessary delays. You tell her, really, who doesn't stub their toe every once in a while? You really gotta fuss over every small detail like this? Well, the thing is... Nah, be confident, Athena, come on. Even the most subtle of fluctuations in a person's psyche can clue us to the truth. That's why it's important to get to the bottom of this question. Plus, if I back down now, who knows what new insult Simon will hurl my way. Is there really no trace left of what Windu stubbed his toe on by the door? What in the world might have been there then, but is not there now? I didn't even notice this gap here. Stubbed his toe on the badge, of course. I mean, anything could have been moved, right? Yeah, I mean, okay, what's irregular? The fridge is open. That's a bit weird. Who leaves fridges open? The TV is unplugged. This present is open. I guess so that could have been moved. Keep it by that door. Oh, yeah, sorry. Try not to speculate in this chat. I do have a spoilers chat if you want, but just in case you do accidentally say the right answer and I haven't figured it out. I'm guessing it's either the fridge or the TV. Like, because the TV is unplugged and the fridge is open. So signs of irregularities. That makes sense. I'm gonna go with the fridge.
Take that!
Is this what you stubbed your toe on? Oh, I could never stub my toe on that. That would really be starting things out on the wrong foot. Oh, God. Golden Ager? Don't you dare send me off to the retirement home yet, Sonny. Okay, that's wrong. Damn, George. Well, defense. Are you ready to let it go? No. Really no trace of what... When did stubbed his toe on by the door? No trace. I mean, there's this little mark. But I don't know where that's come from. Like, I don't know what caused that. Oh, the TV. Because it's unplugged? Like, the TV being unplugged is weird. So that's what I'm guessing. The fact that the TV is unplugged means it could have been dragged.
Take that!
Oh! Please take a good look at the photo of this crime scene. What? I thought I pressed the TV. Long track. Oh, I thought that was just the photo. Oh, I did notice the white crap all over the photo. I thought that was just I definitely thought that was just like a what's the word? Not the texture of the photo. Yeah, the lighting. That's it. It must be the flower, that when he was kneading the flour, but I didn't connect that at all. Photo grain, that's it. The grain of the photo. Thank you, Green Giant. I dropped my control on the floor. Thank you. Now that I see it, I definitely see that the fact that the TV was dragged. Now that you mention it, I do see some traces of something getting dragged. It is very subtle. The drag mark ends. There, at the TV. Yeah, I see it now. That implies that the TV was originally by the door. I'm convinced that the TV is the object the witness stubbed his toe on. Well, Windu, how about it? Yes, you're right. It was the TV. Oh, still a little noisy. There, the noise level dropped again. Yes, I stubbed my pinky toe on the TV, but what of it? Why is it so important to you? So the noise went down, but it hasn't completely disappeared yet, which means he's still hiding something. Okay, let's try this tactic instead. Windu, why was the TV moved there? Shisho must have moved it so he could watch my routine. What, after he died? What are you talking about? Bro, what?
Oh, I guess. Oh, okay. I think. Okay. I misunderstood. I thought Athena was asking why the TV was dragged after the crime, and then I thought Windu had said, "Oh, Shisho must have moved it." That's- but I think Athena is asking why was the TV moved there next to the door. But then who? Why would you move it back? I didn't want to bump into it again. Okay. All right. Okay. I get it. I get it. It's the stupid their pronoun thing. Preposition. What's the word? Performances on stage can be viewed in the dressing room using that TV. That's right. It's a closed circuit monitor that shows the stage. I see. I see. Now what? Can't find anything else out of place. Still haven't gotten to the noise level down to 0. No. It makes sense. Like that's what I would think when I heard the question. But now I've realized that that's not what Athena meant. Athena should have been specific. She should have said, why was the TV moved next to the door? Simon, I'm still getting noise here, but I don't see anything else fishy. This is precisely why amateurs are such a bother. Don't apologize, Athena. You don't have to apologize. I'm in no mood to play nursemaid here, but if that's what it takes to save the soda shop. Oi, Wendu, here's a curiosity for you. Yeah! That's what I was saying. Oh, it's the table mark. Did you happen to bump into it while you were moving the TV back? Oh my, yes, you're right. The TV hit the table, and Shishu's body moved with a jolt. That's when I first realized that Shisho was dead. Oh, but how scared I was. I see. Thank you. We're finally getting a more precise picture of how the body was discovered. But I'd wager you need to put the spurs on the window just a trifle longer. Right. Can't keep asking Simon to bail me out like this. It's time for me to regain my footing and really stand on my own. Windu, what you said just now about discovering your master's death, could you please describe all of that again, for the court, in detail? All right. But before you do, let me just plug in the latest information. After my performance, I went to visit Shishu. I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I opened the door, I thought he was sleeping. I tried to enter the dressing room, but stubbed my toe on the TV. That makes sense. Being both surprised and sad. Why is he super surprised now? What else did he noticed something else? He definitely should be more sad than surprised at this point. That's odd. After the initial shock of finding the victim dead, you reacted with surprise again. But what was it that surprised you, Windu, besides your master's death? What do you mean? The more people say that I can't do it, the more I'm going to do it. What's more, you were even more surprised the second time than the first. What could have surprised you more than finding your late master? Search me. Your little thingy must have made a mistake.
Silence.
No, I never make a mistake. This girl is sharp as a trap, to be sure. But her ability to hear people's emotions is absolute. Alright, backhanded compliment, but okay. Now, get to remembering, Windu. What was it that surprised you? That was a compliment, right? Well, his noise level went back up! Now he's mentally all over the place. His emotions are completely out of control. Out of control. Care to explain how that's relevant? You know how normally I listen for the hidden emotions in a witness's voice, right? Now I look for inconsistencies between their testimonies and those emotions. But sometimes a person's feelings can run too high, making it hard to get proper readings. So that's how your Matrix program works. Fascinating.
ordinarily. It's just one emotion that runs out of control. It seems there's nothing ordinary about it this time. Hi. Uh-oh. Oh, no! My man is overcome with anger. Oh. Interesting. It's only displaying one emotion at a time? Interesting. I knew it.
What's got your knickers all in a bunch now?
Window has multiple emotions running out of control at the same time. I've never seen anything like this.
So how does one bring a situation like this back under control?
To find the root cause of this tangled mess before I can treat it. I can identify what is causing this emotional rampage. I can probe L to dive in further. We're going to probe the victim. You need to pinpoint what I think is the root cause and hit probe. Throughout this process, I can identify exactly what's causing Window so much distress.
That will help bring his emotions back under control. In that case, let's get started, shall we?
Alright, can't guarantee success, but it's definitely worth a shot. Time to look for the root cause of Window's rampaging emotions. Why is he angry now all of a sudden here? Oh. Oh. I see. Okay. Then. Ah, the root cause was the TV all along! I knew that wasn't going to be right. No, I didn't know he'd blab. My bad. Yeah. I think it's the cards at the end, I'm guessing. Yeah. I get it now. The cards were the root of it all. Don't try to deny it. You can't hide your feelings from me. The dying message that was left at the scene of the crime is what's causing your distress. And if the dying message was the cause of all those feelings, then that means the phrase "Owen Forth" must mean something to you.
Aha! Aha!
Bye-bye. There, noise level 0. Finally! The dying message consists of 2 words, Owen and Forth, but neither of those 2 words have anything to do with this witness. This topic warrants no further argument. Sure, there may not seem to be any direct connection between Window and the message for now, but why don't you wait and decide what's necessary after you hear my theory? I trust you've hit upon something, Athena. Yep, if my theory is right, we can finally solve the case of Window and the mysterious Owen Forth.
Well, go on then.
I can already tell this promises to be interesting.
Now, please share your theory with the court, Miss Sykes.
There was something puzzling to me about Window's out-of-control emotions just now. Namely, that there were 3 distinct reactions present. Never seen that before, and I wondered how it could be possible. Is there a conclusion to this meandering musing of yours? Hold your horses! I'm getting there! So, could a person flip between 3 distinct emotions with such intensity like a switch? In the end, I concluded that it just wasn't possible.
Ha ha ha!
So that's it, is it? A bit unconventional, but I'll grant that it's possible within the realm of psychology. What are they getting at? I don't know.
Yeah. I have to explain it for the old man up here on the bench and the old man over here as well.
Oh.
is a robot. Oh, multiple personalities. With so many distinct personas, it's clear to me that Wendo has dissociative identity disorder.
What does that even mean?
Your Honor, the defense would treat this trial as a child's jest. Multiple personality disorder? A preposterous proposition indeed. Would you not agree, witness? How did she know? How did she figure it out? One of his personalities is Owen? Maybe.
Paul Kunka!
I can't believe it. I did it! I did it, Simon! I've read papers on it before, but I think I'd see a case of it myself. Blimey, Rakugo artists tell stories as different characters, but as different personalities?
Hey, you, lawyer girl! You got a problem with us, huh?
Uh-oh. No problem at all. This is all very hard to believe, but now that we've established that the witness has multiple personalities, could each of them please introduce themselves to this court? Oh, this is going to be terrible to keep track of. Wendo Tornado. I am a Rakugo storyteller, as you know. Hello, everybody. Patches, the friendly jester here. Hee hee. Let me see. Kisagawa, courtesan. And is that all of you? Yes, that's all of us. Nah, there's a fourth one called Owen. That's why it's Owen fourth. So there are 3 personalities in total. Wendo, Patches, and Kisagawa, huh? Well, Simon, what do you think now? And you're one lucky duck. Just be glad they were dense enough to help you out. Can't you just straighten up and say I did great for a change? You appear to be quite proud of your self-defense, but all you have done is infringe upon the privacy of the witness. I couldn't disagree more, prosecutor. Now that we know there are 3 personalities, a new way for us to interpret the meaning of a certain piece of evidence has arisen. A new interpretation? Oh, now I'm very curious. What is this piece of evidence you're talking about, Miss Sykes? Knowing what we know about Wendo and his personalities, this now makes perfect sense. I think it's the cards.
Take that!
The Kota cards? That's right, Your Honor. Recall the original dying message left at the scene. We didn't have a clue as to what Owen Forth could have possibly meant. But now, with this new information about Wendo and his personalities, isn't it possible that Owen Forth actually means a secret 4th personality of Wendo's? A personality named Owen? Volkunka! Wendo must have kept his dissociative identity disorder from us, because he didn't want to be associated in any way with that dying message. No, that's not why. We kept the disorder a secret for a different reason altogether. We've been taking advantage of our affliction to act out various Rakugo characters. If words of this got out, well, our reputation as Rakugo artists would be tarnished, as would the Tornado name. That's why we kept it a secret from everyone, except members of the Tornado School. But really, there is no 4th personality. It's just the 3 of us in here. A plausible enough sounding story. But it doesn't prove you didn't rearrange the cards, does it? But I will concede that it's highly likely that the witness rearranged the cards. Prosecutor Sanmari actually agreeing with us? However, is it not also possible that the accused killed Master Tornado? And then left that message in order to frame the witness? That's a good point. Upon noticing the cards when he found the victim's body, Wendo rearranged them.
Silence!
How would, Bucky know about Wendo's personality disorder, though? No one outside the Tornado School know about Wendo's multiple personalities. Wendo just finished saying that so himself, yeah. Ah, that's true. But ultimately meaningless point. The witness was not only in the dressing room for 2 to 3 minutes. That's far too little time to commit murder, wouldn't you say?
Objection!
Then who's to say he couldn't have done it before his discovery?
Objection!
Ah, that spring chick memory of yours, yeah. Yeah, he was proven to be alive. Simon's testimony? Oh. Yeah, we heard the sound of Rakugo being performed. We just don't know if it's him. That's right. For just a few moments before Windu entered the dressing room, Taifu Tornado was confirmed to be alive. Did they forget that? Yeah, he was on stage beforehand, a bulletproof alibi that I have already confirmed with several audience members. I also heard that his Rakugo performance that day was a steaming pile of... You want to finish that sentence? Yes, I'm afraid so. Really stunk up the stage, I did. Oh, it was a bad performance. And yet, I have a perfect alibi. Indeed. Why not land the coup de grace on the defense by describing your alibi witness? Okie dokie, Smokey. Alright, why my performance stunk? Oh. I was on stage until just moments before I went into the dressing room. The entire audience was my witness. Okay. But my performance was a huge bust, and a single soul laughed. I'll never be able to live down how terribly I bombed during that very important show. Very important show? Windu was on stage before he found the body, so he could not have committed this crime. It is time to let it all go, defense, and move on. Get this, Prosecutor, said Marty. The Right Anything Agency never gives up. We fight to the bitter end. There? Allow me to say this once more. Let us go and move on. And allow me to say once more, I'm never giving up. Let it go and never! This is pointless. You should have taken advantage of this opportunity while you could, you foolish child. Your worthless convictions only serve to prolong the accused's suffering. If words will not sway you, then perhaps pain will. Can you... You are not allowed to just throw things at the other... at the other side. Can we not? Can we not? Bro. That's... Excuse me? What's the big idea, Prosecutor, said Marty? That was but a small dose of punishment for your misguided convictions. Are you now a bit more inclined to give up, as instructed? As if! In that case, you must require another dose. Yeah, Blackwell, get him! Not bloody likely! Oh, I forget he's supposed to be British, isn't he? I don't give two flips about you. But if Sykes don't know what to submit to you here, I wouldn't be able to eat good sober anymore. That's his main motivation for this case. That's right! For Mr. Wet's future and Prosecutor Blackwell's stomach. I will never give up. You will rue those words, defense. Of that, I can assure you. Doing some kind of jutsu. Alright, why was it such an important performance? Very important show. What do you mean by that? I'm being British myself. Excuse me for asking, but do you bomb like that on a regular basis? Well, aren't you a regular rude daisy? Well, I gotta know. Do you really think a Rakugo artist who regularly bombs would get promoted? In fact, I'm known as the Tornado School's whirlwind of laughter. Is that really true, Simon? The demon is a bit of a travesty if you ask me. But his Rakugo is solid and well received. Oh. Whirlwind of laughter is a big old stick bomb of a name. Oh, what a relief. Thought it was just me. Oh, we heard that. We did kind of hurt his feelings there. Okay, then why did he stink then? Where's that never say die spirit you displayed earlier?
I'm not giving up, Simon. I just know Window has something to do with this case. But how will you connect him to the crime when he has an alibi as strong as that? Just don't know yet. I'm going to press his testimony and keep an eye out for contradictions. Okay, why did you stink, bro?
Hold it!
Do you have any idea what went wrong? I'm not sure if it was my performance or if it was just that particular audience. Or maybe it was the story I picked. But every entertainer knows that this kind of thing happens from time to time. I guess that makes sense. Still, I wonder how he could have flopped at his own commemorative show. Maybe I should dig into a thing once more. What did he perform? Could you tell me which Rakugo story you performed? I could, but I'm not sure if it would mean anything to the uninitiated. Yeah, wait, don't I have a list of who performed what? Window was to do his sober glutton routine. Yes. Go on. Alright, if you insist. The story I performed is called Tokisoba. Ah! No. I got it. You know it, Prosecutor, said Marty? Doesn't matter what it is. He's lying. Or he's telling the truth. And he just did the wrong one for some reason. Simon, what's time sober about? Look it up yourself. Allow me to give an over. No. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It doesn't matter. How you doing, sir? What can I get for you? Athena's like, why? I like how it's panning to different people. Wow, Prosecutor. Customer talked on and on like this. Finally, when he is done eating, he goes to pay for his soba. It's not over. Bro, can you stop yapping? It doesn't matter. Oh, that's what he was saying this. That's what he said before he died. So he was practicing his time sober before he died. But don't you see? The customer paid with coins, counting them out one by one. Then, just after counting 8, he asked about the time, and the sober vendor answered with 9. Oh, now I get it! He made the vendor say 9. Then he continued counting from 10. Exactly. He cheated on the sober vendor out of 1 with his smooth talking. But he bungles the trick and ends up paying more than 16 for his sober. That is pretty funny, to be honest. I would probably laugh at that if I saw that in person. So basically, it's a story about a man cheating on his sober bill. It's kind of petty, isn't it? Is that really all you have to say about this classic story? Time sober is such a well-known staple of Rakugo that...
Objection!
Fine. So you studied a lot. But we haven't the time for a lecture detour right now, Prosecutor Sad Monk. Oh, I wanted to hear a little more. But I suppose it is off topic. Getting back to the matter at hand, Miss Lex. The witness stated that the story I performed is called Tokisoba. Yes, that's wrong. Yes. Why did you present this one? Or perform this one?
Objection!
Windy, isn't there something odd about the routine you performed? Jepico, that's what I'm imagining happened. Which that would make me laugh. If I saw that at a performance and I didn't know what was gonna happen, that would make me laugh. I'm pretty sure. Odd? No, I don't think there's anything odd about it. That's exactly what I find odd. The fact that you don't think it's odd.
Objection.
We are discussing the witness's alibi at the moment of defense. The show's program is completely irrelevant. It is relevant. Yeah, there have been times where there's like multiple things you want that you can choose to add, Alice. Yeah, and only one is correct. But that happened a lot in the second game. The reason being, it contradicts the statement the witness just made. Windu, do you know what this is? No. What is it? This is an invitation to the show, sent from Master Tornado to Prosecutor Blackwell. Included in the invitation is a rundown of the show's program, which clearly states that Time Sober was to be performed by Master Tornado himself. No. Windu, why did you perform the routine? Your master was scheduled to do. The pursuit theme. Always good. Well, you see, the reason for that is... How do I see this? You see, let's say it was a prank. That's right. It was just a little joke, you see. I was trying to surprise Shisho by performing his routine before he did. That's... what? I don't know if I buy that. Is doing the victim's routine really just for laughs? Or... Hey, didn't Simon happen to hear Time Sober coming from the dressing room during Wendo's performance on stage? It seems like too much of a coincidence. Can it be? Oh, he had the TV on! It was the TV! It was the TV! The closed circuit TV. I got it. What's the matter? You look like a hen with a dozen eggs to lay. Stop comparing me to birds. Yeah, stop comparing me to birds. Then cease this bird-brained timidity. Something that occurred to you. Something has occurred to you. Then lay it out for us already. Don't breathe resentment in those watching you perform it. Okay. Don't have a ton of confidence in this theory, but here goes. It looks like Wendu's alibi checks out, Your Honor. But, even though he was on stage at that time, he may have been trying to obfuscate a crucial detail about this case. Are you referring to the sober Bill the man tried to skimp on in the witness's story? No! I'm not talking about the Rakugo story, Your Honor. Oh, I'm sorry. But then, what are you talking about, Miss Sykes? What Wendu may have been trying to deceive about us was, the time of the victim's death. Because if he wasn't performing, if he wasn't practicing Time Sober in his dressing room, then it could have just been the TV and he could have died way sooner than what Blackwell allegedly heard. Wendu tried to deceive us about the time of the victim's death. What?
Objection.
What gibberish? Prosecutor Blackwell even testified to the time of the victim's death. I know, but he only testified that way because he and Geru had been completely taken in. You mean by the sober bill thing? No! Judge, shush, okay? I was deceived. Pray tell, how did Wendu manage to deceive two people while he was performing on stage? That's easy. All he had to do was use a certain prop in the dressing room. Oh, and what might that be? On TV.
Take that!
His TV was used to view what was happening on stage. Prosecutor Blackwell, when you came to the dressing room, what was Wendu doing? He was performing Time Sober. Blast! Could it be? Yes, it could, and it was. What you and Geru heard was not Master Tornado practicing his routine. It was Wendu's performance, as heard through this TV monitor's speakers. Oh, what? With the TV just inside the inner door of the dressing room, it could easily be heard from the hallway outside. Because we knew Master Tornado was scheduled to perform Time Sober. We were easily manipulated into thinking he was still alive at the time, rehearsing. Yes, your knowledge of the day's program is why the two of you could be fooled this way. Simon, did the voice you heard belong to Master Tornado? The door's in the way. I couldn't tell exactly who the voice belonged to, because I heard Time Sober. I just assumed it was Master Tornado. Yeah. I can't believe I was taken in by such a simple mind game.
Objection.
All of that is mere conjecture. Where is your proof, defense?
Objection!
Wendo moved the TV back when he discovered the body. After all, he couldn't very well leave it by the door, because then someone might figure out the trick he'd been playing. And there's one more thing about Wendo's actions that's suspicious, and that is the fact that he flopped so badly on an important occasion. What's so suspicious about that? Even pros slip up once in a while, you know. But I believe that this time it was intentional, because Wendo knew it'd be strange to hear laughter coming from the dressing room. Oh, that is huge brain, actually. That's pretty big brain from Wendo. He's got to be like, I got to make sure that I bomb this performance. It's all just a bit too perfect to be sheer coincidence. Plus, if the voice Prosecutor Blackwell and Geiru heard was to Wendo's scheming, then the victim's time of death could have been earlier than 4 PM. In other words, Wendo could have killed Master Tornado himself. We've got you by the stones now, Wendo, so you better confess everything. But that means that Bucky came in and would have noticed the body too? And didn't do anything? Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? We demand an explanation. Wendo! I confess. I tampered with the crime scene. Yeah, I like Windu as a witness. Is it the defense's claim that Windu Tornado is the true murderer in this case? No, I can't say that definitively, but he definitely has something to do with it. If he tampered with the crime scene, then we have to at least consider him as a suspect. Now, just wait 1 minute. Yes, I admit to messing with the dressing room, but I didn't kill Shishu. Then why did you tamper with the crime scene? You know, this could have all been completely solved if Emma had just got the time of death between 2 and 4 instead of 2 and 5. That's Emma, please. I refuse to answer that question. What? If you suspect this witness, then I have a question for you. What could it be this time? Wendo had absolutely no reason to murder Typhoon Tornado. Yeah, no motive. After all, why would Wendo kill the man that recognized his skill and promoted him? Well, his motive was, can't think of a single thing. It appears you are not aware of one other fact, and that is that the accused visited the dressing room before 4 PM as well. What's... Oh no. Is it not natural, then, to suppose that the accused killed the victim at the time? What? Nobody told me Mr. Wet had also gone there before 4 PM. We were only discussing the time frame after 4 PM, so I didn't think to mention it. But now that you have made the time period before 4 PM relevant... Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going. So, you really do not know what your client was doing during that time frame, do you? Well, it was all very sudden, and, why did you wait until the very last second to contact me, Simon? Don't you give me that look. Just so you know, Bucky never told me he had visited the Master before 4 PM either. That sort of thing is exactly why the prosecutor keeps calling me unprepared. The defense will stop squabbling this instant. Sorry, Your Honor. Prosecutor said Marty. Please continue. Thank you, Your Honor. Defense. You know of the soba-making implements in the dressing room, correct? Talking about the equipment for making soba noodles? Indeed. Yes, I did notice it. You speak of the large bowl that is used to mix buckwheat flour and water. Somebody made a huge mess, by the way, when making this. the long rolling pin, and the special knife that is used to cut the dough into noodles. Precisely. These tools all came from the accused's sober shop. You mean they didn't belong to Master Tornado? Mr. Wet visited the dressing room to give the victim a sober-making lesson. And that visit was before 4 p.m. Afraid that after the accused kneaded the dough and made those noodles. He committed the act of murder. But wait, that doesn't add up. Mr. Wet killed the victim before 4 p.m. Why would he return to that room at a later time? How he's... I don't know. This is a good idea if he's still drunk. Wet sober, you're kit and caboodle when it comes to noodles. Oh my. Hiya, Miss Chickadee. Hey, Simey. The reason I went back is because Master Tornado ordered uncooked noodles. Mr. Wet. Yesterday, I brought noodle-making tools to the dressing room at around 2 p.m. That's when Mr. Tornado ordered uncooked soba noodles stuck up on. Uncooked noodles to stock up on? Yes, ma'am. Master Tornado kept a supply of soba noodles from our shop in his fridge. But the fridge was open? He only had one serving left, so I went back to my shop to get some more. One serving of noodles in the fridge. Thought the fridge was practically empty. Huh. Anyway, well, the whereabouts of the missing noodles isn't all that important now. You ran into me and Gary when you came back to deliver the uncooked soba noodles, correct? That's right, Simey. I made the time out of my busy day to deliver him the noodles. And you know what? He ignored me when I called to him from the inner doorway. He just kept mumbling some Rakugo lines for ages. So I got mad and went back to my soba shop. My man heard the TV, didn't notice the dead guy, and then just left. I guess he didn't go into the room, so that's why. What he's saying is true, then there's no way he could be the murderer. I swear I'm telling you the truth, Miss Chico. Uh-oh. Bailiff, quick! Get this man to the infirmary. Well, I dare say he's quite the handful. Your Honor, please accept the statements Mr. Wet just made just now into evidence. I believe the accused statements about going into the room at around 2 p.m. is true, for it falls within the victim's estimated time of death. Opens up the possibility that the crime was committed between 2 and 4 p.m. That's some critical information. Yes, Your Honor. But other than that, one point. Mr. Wet's statements are dubious and without proof.
Objection!
But they are the words of the defendant himself. Simon, back me up here. He has a point. If I were the prosecutor, I wouldn't accept them either. While I understand the defense's feelings on the matter, this court is unable to accept anything other than the time the defendant made his visit. Now what do I do? I trust you have no further objections, defense. At last, the time has come to send the soul of the victim onward to the twilight.
Silence!
What are you yammering on about, Prosecutor Sadmonk? We still have something we need to question Wendu about. We do? About Owen? Did we forget about Owen? Well, don't just stand there. But we don't have any evidence left to present. Have you forgotten already? Isn't there still a hidden witness you have yet to question? Hidden witness? Come on, Athena! Your Honor, there's still one more issue we haven't finished discussing yet. Oh, and what is this bit of unfinished business? We haven't finished discussing the issue related to Windows Owen. We still have to discuss the possibility of a fourth personality, the one named Owen. Are you suggesting that this fourth personality of Windu might be the true culprit? Any Owens in the chat? Geez, not that again. I know we don't know anything about this Owen. I don't know anything about this Owen. Look, Windu, I know you don't have any motive to kill your master, but This Owen may have one for all we know. Good night, Joey. Have a good sleep. Catch you later. Sleep well, sleep well. Come clean now, Windu. You've got another personality stashed away, haven't you? Please tell us everything you know about Owen. That's enough. The witness has already stated that he knows not of any Owen character. Bravo! You tell him, Mr. Prosecutor. Hey, Patches. Oh, is he gonna psychologically make him want us to show Owen? If you claim that you don't know Owen when you really do, that's tantamount to perjury. Oh my god, perjury exists in this universe? If you want to exercise your right to remain silent, however, well, that's a different story. Do not listen to the depraved prosecutor witness. You will be tainted with his evil. Do you have any idea how dark and cold a prison cell is? I exercise my right to remain silent. What's this now? Changing horses in midstream, are you? Shut up! I will remain silent, and that's it. Patches, you fool! You stay out of this. Ha ha ha! Patches is not the brightest bulb in the box you call a noggin, is he? The fact that he switched from I don't know any Owen to I will remain silent is proof that he does know about Owen. There it is again. Simon's formidable psychological manipulation tactic. Sure glad he's on my side today.
Objection.
You dirty, despicable, brave prosecutor. You were leading the witness. Witness, there is no need for you to submit yourself. You have also led so many witnesses this game. You don't have any ground to stand on. There is no need for you to submit yourself to the defense's questioning.
Objection!
He has made a couple good points, alright? But most of the time, it's him insulting us and saying that our points don't hold when they do. And then, being a hypocrite. Your Honor, Windu is definitely hiding something. Please allow me to question the witness about the existence of Owen. Suppose only this witness can confirm or deny the existence of Owen for us. Very well. I will allow the defense to proceed. Ugh, Balkunka. I guess it's better than having a boring prosecutor. I never met any personality named Owen. Patches was just blurting out nonsense in a panic. We're always aware, so we definitely noticed if a personality like that showed up. How dare you treat me like a criminal based on mere conjecture? Wow, how am I supposed to deal with the testimony of 3 personalities? Unless you can prove the existence of Owen here, it's all over. You best screw your courage to the sticking place and attack their testimony head on. Oh, alright, I will. Stop piling the pressure on me to draw out some info. Anything to drag Owen out into the open. I'd say press Patch's statement.
Hold it!
I don't know. I mean, I've only ever seen it portrayed in like TV shows and movies. But I know that there are like I think there's like certain triggers for dissociative identity disorder. But I don't know about switching it at will. Well, what if for some reason you 3 were unconscious at the time of the incident? If the 3 of you weren't alert and aware, what would happen? What would happen? I'm not even sure what you mean. I mean, you 3 share the same memories, right? But what if Owen is different? What if he has memories separate from yours? Maybe Owen emerges when the 3 of you are unaware or unconscious. Let's knock the witness out and find out. Instead of speaking it as if this 4th personality is a foregone conclusion, I suggest you prove his existence first. Well, we've already seen 3 personalities. 4th wouldn't be a stretch. You dishonor the victim in this court by jumping to such conclusions without proof. Have you ever heard these old sayings, Prosecutor said Marley? What happens twice will happen thrice. If you see 1, there are likely 30 in your home. I'm basing my theory on such premises. Comparing us to cockroaches, do we bug you that much, girly? But how do you intend to prove it? How will you prove that all 3 personalities became unconscious, as you say? Unless you can do that. All of this talk is merely empty speculation. Well, Don't be so timid. If you don't have it, then find it. Look for something that can render Windu and the others unconscious. Simon's right. I can't back down now. My client, Mr. Wet. I have to... Wait. Mr. Wet? Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour for Odin not. Oh, yeah. 3 freshes. Why was this important? Still wet. Falling unconscious. Wait a minute. I think I've got it. Huh? What's happening? I'm gonna pull a Phoenix Wright and say yes when I have no idea what's happening. Yes, Your Honor, I do. The proof is right here in this crime photo. It is? In that case, please point out what supports your theory. Oh, alcohol. Camel. This is probably what made Windu lose consciousness. Ah, yes, the sake. And it isn't just like Master Tornado to pick up a fine brand like Camel. Sake? Oh, you mean rice wine? Yes, that's what sake is. Please don't call it rice wine. It's so unsophisticated. It's not even wine. Silly girl. Mr. Greek, you need to become more cultured, Athena. Tomato. It's made out of rice and people get drunk from drinking it, right? They just say Athena needs to become more cultured when she has roamed all of Europe. It's called sake. End of story. Fine, sake it is then. Ay, carambe. Ay, carambe? Ay, caramba. Everyone's so touchy about these things. Interesting art. I recall Master Tornado would often have a drink or 2 before performing. He said it made him more eloquent. Drinking too much of this stuff can make one lose consciousness, though, of course. Oh my god, zoom. And look, there were 2 glasses on the table. Windu, I believe your master offered you some sake. And then you must have drank too much and passed out. That's when your 4th personality, Owen, emerged. So Owen only comes out when he's drunk. I drank sake. Oh, that's a good one. We have a real sweet tooth, you see. So yes, we did accept the sugary red bean bun. But since we really dislike sake, we said no. Oh, no thank you to that. Believe it or not, we're real weak when it comes to booze. Even a tiny drop could knock us out. So you see, I had a sweet manju bun, but I didn't drink any sake. What? That can't be right. Is there any alcohol in the, Oh! What if the drink spilled onto the bun and then he ate that? And that's what the picture shows. Because look at where the glass spilled and where the bun thing is. The defense demands that the glasses be examined right away. You amateur, did you really think I had not already done so? Your foolishness is beyond the pale. Don't tell me. There was no trace of witness having touched either of the glasses. Naturally. Right, of course. Miss Sykes, Would you like the witness's statement added to his testimony? Yes, please, Your Honor. Very well. Does this contradict the statement, though? I mean, somebody definitely ate that. It's half eaten. Oh, it's got the same branding on the bun. It's got a camel on it. It's like it's got to be alcoholic sweet manju buns. Is that a thing? It's got camels on it. Yeah, that's the word. I forgot the word. I forgot the name of the animal. Okay, I got it. What? That's wrong? What? No! Did I jump too far ahead? Oh, come on. It's not even the problem. What did Athena say? Knock knock, who's there? This evidence in that statement. This evidence in that statement, who? They contradict each other. That's who. Athena, girl, please. Oh, that's wrong? Oh, I thought I really big brained it. Maybe I think I jumped too far ahead. Your performance merits neither applause nor leniency defense. Everyone's a critic. Cut me some slack. Dang it, maybe I have to press it. So even if you had a tiny sip of sake, you'd conquer it out, huh? That's why you didn't touch the glass that Master Tornado offered, correct? Maybe you just ate something that had sake in it as an ingredient. I don't recall doing anything like that. Doesn't recall doing it. That doesn't necessarily mean he didn't. Yeah! Yeah! It's camel! It's camel! Oh, why is it wrong? Oh, come on! That's gotta be it, but I need to present it in some other way. Ugh. Yeah! What do you... anything in the court record that hints... What else is there? It's gotta be this. It's camel shaped. It's got... That's it! It's camel! It's a camel! It's camel! Is this what I had to present? It's a camel. It's the same thing as I wanted to show before. Oh my god! It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. That's what I wanted to point at in the picture. Oh, fine. All right. Are you feeling lightheaded, child? Or perhaps a bit peckish? I'm not hungry, and my head feels just fine, thank you very much. Look at the paper this note is written on. Isn't there something familiar about it? What exactly is your point, Defense? This faint design here reminds me of the paper from... Yep, it's a piece of the wrapping paper on the box of manju buns by the victims on the floor. It's the same thing I wanted to present. Windu, you may not have drunk any sake, but you did eat a sweet red bean bun, right? Well, yeah. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We're past it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not upset. I don't know if you are aware of it, not Windu, but I believe the manju you ate caused you to fall unconscious. The bean bun? But how? Because those buns contained a secret ingredient. A very punchy secret ingredient at that. A punchy secret ingredient? Yes. The design on the wrapping paper matches that of something else in the room. It does? Yeah. I mean...
Take that!
The camel pattern. The same as the one for camel brand sake. So, just as Windu said, he didn't drink any sake per se, but he did eat some. It's a good case. I like it. It's very interesting. Windu had a camel brand red bean bun, which boasts a nice shot of sake as one of its ingredients. So the defense is claiming that Windu passed out after consuming a camel sweet bun, which allowed a fourth personality named Owen to emerge. Is that correct? Yes, Your Honor. That's exactly what I'm claiming. But there's one thing that bothers me. I understand how it's like a disconnect from the previous cases, but it's still good. It's interesting though. Wouldn't the alcoholic content of the buns evaporate as they are steamed? Oh, the judge bringing up a good point. In order to give them a stronger flavor, some manju are specifically made to retain as much of their alcoholic content as possible. What kind of lightweight do you think I am? You just said you were a lightweight! Then how about we test that theory? Are we about to drug the witness? He's believing, as they say. Very well. I will allow a test. Thanks, Your Honor. Simon, go buy us some camel manju on the double. Don't forget to get me one too, okay? Alright, Athena is old enough. That's fine. I was like, hang on a second. Why must I? While you're at it, Prosecutor Blackwell, you will get one for me as well. Alright. I'm gonna go get a drink myself. Let's to role play properly. I'm not the courthouse stable boy, you know. But just this once. I'll acquiesce. Tucker, I'm counting on you. The bird is gonna go buy alcohol. Is the bird old enough? Does the bird have ID? All of you better pay me back. Oh, but I thought it would be your treat, Prosecutor Blackwell. What a shame. Now then, let us adjourn until the manju arrive by Carrier Hawk. Court will reconvene as soon as Tucker returns. What an intermission. Go get some alcohol. Actual drinks break? Dang. Alright, how long do I have left for the case? Is it another couple hours? Ah, shoot. Okay. Maybe I should stop then. Because I would do want to stream early. Okay. Yeah, I think I might stop then for now. And then when we come back, I'm gonna... If the whole courtroom is gonna be drunk, Trial day 1, the 4th one. What? What does that mean? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. You do this and 6-5. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll go pour ourselves a drink. Well, just to, you know, really immerse ourselves into the courtroom. Perfect. Okay. This is good. It's an interesting case. It is interesting. I like it. It's kind of nice to see Athena get to shine as well. So, and Blackwell assisting is actually really interesting. So I like it. I guess if you're not a fan of Blackwell, it wouldn't be as interesting. But I like Blackwell. It was pretty cool. It was good. It's good. I like it. All right. Well, so tomorrow we continue with this case as well as do some more speedruns. That'll be very fun. For now, though, I'm gonna end stream and send you guys somewhere else. But we will be back live tomorrow around the same time with more SA2 and more 6-4. And then if we finish 6-4, maybe we can start 6-5. I don't know. Now I kind of wanted to do it in one stream. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to finish 6-5 by next week. So which is the aim before Shadow comes out. Anyway, you guys are great. Do I have anybody to send you guys to? I can just send you guys to Angel. Miss Angel Roadstar. She is fantastic. She's my artist. She's one of my best friends. She's really cool, and you should go check her out. She's lovely. She's doing some commissions on stream. She's just chilling. She'll put some music on, just be drawing. If you want a comfy stream to chilling, that's who I would recommend. Anyway, you guys are great. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your nights. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.